Good day, puppy lovers. I have Suki with me today, so it's time for her groom. Let's get started. Okay, so this is a full groom, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds. Superman into the tub. So, time to wash Suki. I'm just going to put this on here. You'll notice that Suki, hang on, sorry for that. Suki tends to want to bite, not me, well, maybe sometimes me, but she tends to bite at the dryer. She doesn't really like the dryer. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this little carpet out here. Hang on, honey. Wait a minute. Put this aside. Whoa, whoa. I'm gonna rinse out the tub because I was feeding my plants a while ago, so I got some dirt down there. Okay, watering my plants. Right, let's get this down onto Suki. All right, let's wet you. So, if this is your first time viewing a full grooming video, one of mine especially, then welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Jenn. I've been a professional dog groomer since 2010. I own my little business here at home. And so this is it, guys. This is what you get for a groom. We're going to show the shampoo. I'm using a 2-in-1, of course. The reason why I use a 2-in-1 is because, well, there are less steps, and because I really like this 2-in-1. If you'd like to know which 2-in-1 it is, let me know. So with all the grooming that I do, I like to always do the same steps in general. Because I've had other groomers write me and ask me, how can I groom faster? It really isn't about speed, it's about efficiency. That's what I answer everyone. It's about keeping your tools in the same place so you're not fumbling around in your drawer to try to find it. Your scissors, like your scissors or your comb, find whatever it is you're looking for. Okay, it's about that. It's also about being, like, example, like when you're washing the dog, I don't just like slather and start rubbing everywhere and anywhere. I really go in and do, like, I'll do the back, then the tail, then legs, sides. And that's what helps you get faster. You don't want to work fast with a live animal. You don't want to work fast. Trying to be fast, the dog is going to sense that you're a little more stressed because if you're moving fast, of course, your adrenaline is going to be up. The dog can sense that. And that'll make the dog more nervous. And then that'll make you and the dog more prone to making a mistake, making that one move that shouldn't have happened. A snip here, and then oops. You don't want that to happen. On the head. I was also asked on one of my videos, why I didn't wash the dog's face. Well, it's not that I don't wash the dog's face. It's that I use another product once at the table, depending on the dog. Like Suki here. Suki, if I have space to put my fingers between the eyes and the nose, then I will go ahead and use the soap and I will wash between the eyes and the nose. Okay? But if I had a Shih Tzu here, she's got poo-poos there, hang on. If I had a Shih Tzu, that had that little nose that was nice and close to the eyes, then I wouldn't pour soap there. I'd just wait to get to the table and then clean with a round or a cotton ball, or that's what I'd do. See, around the face, you always want to look at that tongue close up. Yeah, you want to go slowly around the eyes. Yeah, and the reason why is because I just don't want to get water and soap in the eyes. And if you get water, you know, a dog that has a longer nose, a longer snout, well, drips of water that goes in, the dog will have time to sneeze and whatnot. But if the dog has a really, really short nose and that water gets in the nose, that could go straight to the lungs. And you don't want that. So now I'm going to hold the dog's head downwards like this and do only the front top. The reason why I'm doing that, holding down like this, is because there's air here. There's no water getting in the pup's nose. So there won't be any sneezing. And okay, just gonna take this out. If you don't have one of these, they're really good to stop you from getting so much of that hair down the drain. So as you've noticed, I'm wiping up the dog's head, and I didn't rinse the top of the head or the ears, but I'm wiping down because then I can squish those ears down. I'm holding them with my hands like this, making sure, I don't want to pull that off a bit, making sure that I don't get any water in the ears. See, if I didn't wipe that first and squish the ears, then I'd squish that water into the ear canal. So I'm going to be sure to look under the ear here. I'm going to squeeze this and close that ear hole here, that ear canal. I'm just going to get water there to be sure that I got the ears. All right. So we're all done the wash. Just rinse everything off the dog's back, the bum, all of that's got to be rinsed out. Keep your eye on the drain. If there's no more soap going down, your job is done. Stand her up and rinse the belly. Be sure that everything's gone. Yeah, and I'm going to just, this is not a chamois, but it's almost as good as one. I love these towels. I don't know what company they're from. They were on Amazon. See, they're like this. They've got that little edge, and they're super absorbent. They're washcloths, so if you want some, check them out on Amazon. I love them because they just absorb all of that water. See? Absorbing all of the water. Wipe it up here. There. All right. Is it time to go get dried? Here. We're gonna Superman over to the table. Superman! Over to the table here. There. All right. We'll dry her up a bit. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. You're more than welcome to come hang out with me and the pups. I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And if you want, you can also become a member. A lot of people are wondering how to become a member, and that's pretty easy. You just click on the join button next to the subscribe button. It should be there. I know that's where it is when I'm on my phone, so I'm not too sure about the computer, but it's the join button. It's somewhere around there. And what I offer in my memberships is, of course, quiet grooming, where I don't talk and I don't bother you guys. So I do quiet grooming. I groom the dog, and all you hear is the sounds of the grooming. And I am I have a project in my yard here, a backyard project, and in front, you know, I'm doing my whole garden, and it's a full garden. I am starting from ground up. It's brand new garden, and yes, I'll be planting all summer, and I'm sharing that with you guys. Give me a second, I gotta take this off here. Sorry, it went dark. So yeah, so if you want to follow my plants and garden creation, then you are more than welcome to join me. And of course, I haven't yet, but eventually I'll get to the tips and tricks also for dog grooming, but I give a lot here anyhow, so I will see how that all goes. I'm gonna just add a little, whoa, she flipped around really quick. I just turned her a bit and she just turned. A little bit of conditioning spray. Yes, little girl. You wanna clean your ears? So, I'm gonna check out her ears here, guys. I don't have any rounds. I just ran out this morning. I gotta go pick up some rounds at the pharmacy. And so I'm gonna use, this is, if you don't have rounds or cotton balls, you can always use a towel or, you know, you can use toilet paper if you want, but I prefer using the towel to just go in and clean out the pup's ear. Depending on the product, sometimes there are products you can just pour in there. I know that the dog will shake it out, but wouldn't the dog shake out water also if they got water in there? And they say, it is known that anything that stays wet in there, if it gets lodged in there, stuck in there, they could get ear infections. So I don't pour. I guess maybe it evaporates, but this is just how I've been doing it. I'm just gonna pull the hair outwards so that I can just cut some out. No, hang on. I can also use my other, she doesn't have a lot, so I'm just taking all of that out there. Okay, so I'm gonna use a different corner here of my towel. Woo! And we're just gonna clean this little ear area here. And it's okay, guys, as long as it gets the job done, right? There, okay. And you know, actually, there was a while where I was even just using baby wipes. Just plain old baby wipes to clean out the ear. Unless the ear's really, really bad, it's good to use the solution, but sometimes just to wipe off that excess can do the trick. Let's see what's going on behind here, little girl. Any supper? Oh, we got some surprises. Maybe too much information for some. Close your eyes. That could be yucky. All right. You were warned. Wasn't that bad. All right, so I like to cut that out. She's fine, I don't need to wash that area. I'm going to use a little bit of alcohol. It's always safe to use alcohol when you're, you know, wipe down your tools, and I use alcohol to make sure that I don't get any poopies anywhere else. So we're gonna dry her, and as I said a while ago, you will see her biting and being angry at me. I've been grooming her since, oh, hang on. I dropped her card. 2014. Wow. Wow, 2014. I have been grooming her for 11 years now. Every 8 weeks for 11 years, and she's still angry with me when I dry her. You know why? Because apparently her dad runs around, he used to anyhow, with a vacuum cleaner, and he used to like bug her with the vacuum cleaner. And that's not a smart idea. Not too good. Okay, hun, so I'm gonna turn her around. So remember, she's going to be mad at me. I'm fine with that, I know her. She's been like this for a long time, forever. And I'm not hurting her. And you're gonna notice when I dry, again, efficiency. I will dry here, there, you know, I'll just dry in sections. It could be here and then there, and you know what I mean? I'm gonna be doing sections, and then I'm gonna turn her around and I'm gonna dry the other side. The head, I dry with a different dryer. So don't worry about it. I will lower the sound of the dryer so that it's not too loud for you. Hang on, little girl here. I'm gonna put a happy hoodie on her if she takes it. Sometimes she's okay, but sometimes she's not. We'll see how she takes it today. I don't remember if she's happy hoodie. And the happy hoodie is to help, you know, how loud these get and just the sensation of the air on her ears. And she's already fighting me. She knows what's coming. Okay, give me a second. You okay? No, don't bite me. Bite me. Okay, so Suki, you made me look like a liar. You're usually all over the place, huh? You usually are. I know the happy hoodie helps a lot, but she was pretty good. You were pretty good today. I know there are days that she's better than others, but last time she was here, woo, she wasn't happy. Boop, boop. All right, we're gonna switch sides here. We're gonna take this happy hoodie off. Let that dry. Okay, let's see. Can I dry you just a bit, please, with this one? Just a little bit with the dews. All right, I'm gonna take my brush. So there are different drying techniques, dryers, you know, whatnot you can use for the head. Lately, I've been using this dews here, this little box. You can move the dryer head around. And I just like to kind of cuddle the dog's head. You know, and just brush a bit lightly, really lightly. On the top of the head here with these guys with little spikes on it, pickers, you really got to go softly. Right, so a little bit of the ear. And brushing while drying really helps to separate the hair. I could easily brush and dry also with the force dryer. The other dryer that I was using is called a force dryer, if you don't know what that is. But the force dryer just gets right in there and just pushes everything apart. So I usually use my hand to just like rub like this. The dog's ears doesn't necessarily have to be 100% dry. Her ears stay fairly straight. Her mom likes the messy, fluffy look. So I'm not too worried about that. Because the better you dry the hair and brush and dry, the better the cut, right? Because the straighter the hair will be. You can also with this dryer, you can also add a little more heat to it, and that really helps to straighten out the hair. But I tend to keep it on the cool. See, it's green, light green, so it's on cool. Because I find the dews, I think it just gets a little too warm. And that's on the second setting. But sometimes I'll turn it on just for like a few seconds just to get that warm air going. And then after that, I'll switch it right away. It's really easy. It's just a touch of the button. Like if I want something to straighten out a little more, I'll just use it a little bit, not very long. I'm gonna back this up. Sorry. Not very long. So the rest of her face is gonna dry on its own. What do you got there on your little nosy? There's a yucky there that didn't come out in the wash. Okay, we'll cut that out. Ooh, I didn't take a picture of you when I started. Ooh, all right. She's just annoyed with me. All right, next step. So we did step 1, wash. Step 2, clean out ears and eyes and bum. Boop. And step 3, drying. Let's move on to step 4. And that will be clipping the feet. Now I can open this up here. Can you show me your toesies? Boom. There you go. Show me your toesies. You can do this. I know you can. So if you're new to clipping feet, please use a 10 blade. This is a 30 blade. 30 blade is shorter. Some groomers use a 40 blade also. But I'm good with the 30 blade. And what you need to do is you need to clear out the whole pad. Look at this. Turn, hun. Turn. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So you clear out the whole pad. There's like a little V here. You can go in the same direction as the V. You don't want to scoop in straight like that because the dog could bleed. You could cut the dog. There are tendons there and whatnot. A little skin and, you know. And the reason why we take this off is because the dog has a better grip on the ground, you know, when he's walking on the floor, and so his toesies are touching the ground. And if you let that grow too long, then it'll end up causing a mat, and that mat will stay stuck between the toes, and if that gets wet, that could, you know, it could be bad for the skin. It's completely uncomfortable. So, well, I can only imagine. I wouldn't want that between my toes. Oh, a sign that you have. Look at that. When they're doing that, see? She's got hair in her mouth. That's because it's too long. We're going to cut that. Show me belly. I'm just going to clean out the belly area here. I don't go as high on a female, so we don't need to. This is just cleaner. It makes it look cleaner. For the males, you'll go up a little higher because they do their pee-pees, right? So I like to just clean that area up a bit. We're gonna lift your leg and we're gonna clean up her little pee-pee area here so that when she goes to the bathroom, it doesn't get full of urine and she doesn't, you know, smell bad. You can also do the bum with your 10 blade. This is all 10 blade. I switched over to the 10 blade. I like doing it with the scissors, but I'm just showing you that you can do it with the clipper also, as long as you're not touching this little area here. Use your corners of your blade and whatnot. I'm just gonna wipe that up a bit, just in case, and I'm gonna put a little bit of alcohol on there. Huh? All right, let's clean out under her arms too. So if you're wondering why I would shave under the arms, it's because, no. It's because you don't want mats. Is it tickling, hun? Did I go in too aggressively? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Phew, you're okay. All right, I'm going back in with the 30 blade because now I'm gonna set my adjustment combs on the 30 blade. So she's a 10 millimeter, I mean. That's a number 2 Andis comb, and that is 3/8 inch. I don't know this by heart yet, guys. I don't know if I ever will. I'm not taking the time to just memorize it. And now that that's set, I'm gonna pull out my comb and my brush and let's do some brushing. I'm gonna lower this, give her some wiggle room. Turn, honey, turn, up. So, again, efficiency. We're gonna do one leg. And I'm just tapping and pulling up and away. I'm not notice I'm not brushing on the skin like that because I don't want to scratch the dog with these comb brushes. Okay, so I did one side. She doesn't have any knots or too many tangles. Maybe just a little at the bottom of her feet here. Just tapping a bit. See how, again, I'm just doing section by section? No, she's biting that's new. No, you usually don't bite the brush. She's getting older, right? And as dogs get older, they tend to get crankier sometimes. Are you cranky? Show me your belly. Tap, tap. Belly is really sensitive. You don't want to brush hard. See how light I'm holding this? Okay, we'll take this off. We'll brush your neck. Okay, you're all good. Okay, so before putting everything back on, I just want to be sure I'm checking with my comb. The comb will tell me if I have any knots or mats. And if I do, I'll either attempt brush to brush or I will cut out. I make that decision depending on the knot. And that, you just go with your logic. You know, is it too much to brush? Is it too much to, you know, is it too much to brush so you need to cut, or is it brushable? And that comes with time. When you're a new groomer, it's like, do I cut it? You go with your logic. There's no real law. This is not competitive grooming. You're just taking care of the pup, okay? Taking care of their coat. All right, so now we're gonna go in with a 10 blade. So, 10 millimeter. Turn around, honey. Can you sit? Thank you. Holding the head up. I'm gonna feel for her stop. Stop is that bump behind the head. That's where you start, right behind my thumb. That's where I go. I find the bump. I put my finger behind that bump. And then I start cutting. That's how I do it. Okay? And here I'm gonna just do a crisscross method. Just gonna bring everything to one side and everything to the other side. And guys, this really, when the dog has more of a hair type, like she's a little fluffier, you'll see when you use the crisscross method, it blends in so much better. The back, it's just for the top of the back here. So once I did this back part, I'm gonna do each side here. Do it again. You gotta do a few passes. Sometimes you can do some back brushing if you want. Yeah, she'll turn. So see, I did the back and I did the sides. Now I'm going to be doing one side of her body. The rest of her legs will all be scissored, so I'm not worried about her legs. If you want, you can come into there and just do that. Just be careful, there's a flap here of skin. You don't want to come in this way on the flap of the skin. That's your ear, bring everything down on her shoulder, behind her shoulder, on her rib cage. There. If you want, you can do at least another back comb or back brush. Fluff everything back up and go get some more. See, there was a lot more. There. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Except I am going to also come right beneath her tail here, and I'm just going to take a little bit off here. We'll clean the rest up nicely with a pair of scissors. Once we're done with the clipping, lift up the leg, and we're going to do this. The same thing as the other side. Okay? There. Okay, I'm going to come and do the side of the arm here. Behind the arm, on the chest, the ribs. Turn here, hon. So if you are just starting out as a groomer, this is normal. The dog turns. It's a part of the job where your dog is going to turn, want to sit. They don't always listen. Okay, that's where you get your patience. That's where you got to work your patience. Okay, so under the neck here, when I was just starting out, I didn't know where is it I'm supposed to start. Well, see how the neck just comes right there? Boom, right at the neck, right there. That's where I start. And when you come in, you can't jam. Don't jam that in there. Come in lightly. You don't want to hurt them. Here I do a little bit of fluffing. I just tap and pull away. I'll pull that ear right around like that, go right behind the ear bulb. Take all of this out. Same thing on this side. And when you always do like in the same sequence, you're memorizing, right? You start learning what's next, and that's how you start getting faster. I'm going to come in the opposite direction here to get rid of some of this. We got more there. Here. I'm going to put her leg down and do between her legs here. All right. We're going to change the comb here. So she's a 13 millimeter. That is the number 1 Andis comb. And it's a 1/2 inch. It's like a peachy orange. And I'm going to do the top of her head. She wants to lay down. And I'm coming out and away from her nose. Out and away. You don't ever want to come in like that. Okay? Just follow the nose direction. Drop off. So I'm going to just pull this back here and do the same thing. Okay, now I'm going to put it away. See how I put my tools away? See, I put everything back in the box. Put your tools away. That's going to help you with efficiency. So, now that that step is done, I'm going to put my brush away because I don't need it anymore for now. Oh, that hair is really bothering you, is it, huh? You want me to snip it out right now? What did you eat? Probably give you more. I don't know. What did you eat? Okay, so let's do your toenails. So now that all the clipping is done, I put the clipper away, and now we're going to clip the toenails, and then we're going to get to the scissoring, which is the last step. I know that for a lot of you, the clipping is always it's always stressful to clip the nails. I know. You just need to take that hook out. And you need to take only a little bit at a time out. There are different ways you can hold your dog. I like to hold from underneath like this. I look to the side, I see the hook. And it's with time that you get better. Just make sure that you only peel just a little. Just see how little that is? Just a little off. I don't know if you can see that dark. See that dark spot right there? Right in the center there. That is the vein starting. The vein finishes in the point. So we want to take, see how much I'm just going to take a little bit off. See how little I'm taking off? And it's like it's telling me, oops, see? Hang on, honey, hang on. See? That dark? Stop. I didn't have to take a lot off. I'm not going any further than that. No further than that. And it could be that you have one nail that can be longer than the other. They either don't grow at the same rate, or sometimes one nail may be rubbing more, depending on how they put their foot down. One nail may be rubbing a little more on the ground, and that nail is getting filed down, you know? So I like to come in with little kitty nippers here. I don't even know if it's necessary. My, she's got nothing. Not even really necessary. I just snip lightly. She's got nothing. Oh, see this one, how much bigger it is and a lot longer? See that? It's bigger and long. Hang on, honey. She's just pulling. There. Whew. There you go. All right. So I'm going to put this away. Put everything away, guys. Efficiency. All right. This is where I like to pull out my trusty little table broom. Okay, now she keeps backing up, so I'm just going to bring that up a bit. Not too much. Not too much. Okay. Okay, hon. Okay. So the tools I'm going to need for this are my rounds and my straights. So I'm just going to do all 4 feet. I'm going to clip. See, guys, I just got these scissors sharpened. They're perfectly sharpened. And I dropped them. And look what it does when you drop a pair of scissors. See that? It's just folding it. But I have to squeeze a little more to get it to cut. When you're grooming, you don't want to be squeezing your scissors. You just want to tap. And the reason why is because if ever, like you're cutting whatever, and if you squeeze, you'll cut right through. If you're just tapping, you'll just tap. So you get into the habit of just loosely, excuse me, loosely tapping. But the thing is I just got these done and sharpened, and the person who sharpens my scissors is on vacation. And he's really tough to get because he's the only one sharpening all the scissors in my town. There's no other guy. It's just him. So that's it. What you really want to do is, let's see if that works. See how that folds? See, I'm just tapping. I'm not squeezing. See how it's folding? Now if I squeeze tight on it and I cut, now it'll cut. But you don't want that, because if you're squeezing tight and squeezing, you're going to end up causing problems with your hand. And the reason why it's doing that is because it's unbalanced. If I want to not squeeze too hard, you can tighten up the screw here, but they're already too tight at this point. A scissor is supposed to be nice and loose. It's supposed to be nice and, loose. This might be a little tight too. When you're testing out your scissor, it's supposed to stop it around there. So, but that's a whole other video. Anyhow, let's get back to the groom. Okay, so once again, I always start with the back right leg. And it's driving me nuts to have to cut with scissors that don't cut because they've fallen. Like, I have these. Turn your head, honey. I'm gonna go right between here. And I'm gonna get rid of all of this. I'm just gonna go straight down. I'm using the point. All I'm doing is following the leg bone. That's all I'm doing. No rocket science here, guys. Follow that leg down. Fluff everything up. I use my curves to follow the curve. Can pull everything back. There you go. Fluff everything upwards like this. And now I'm going to just go straight down. If you want, you can make it a little rounder. Shape it the way you want to shape it. I'm going to use my curves here, and I'm going to come in and just follow that leg. See how the leg the bone is just going upwards like that to the knee. Sorry, I got to sit and stand. I'm going to bring that all the way down. Once you get the hang of this, everything just flows. Once I get to the scissoring part, that's my favorite part, of course. If I could only scissor, I'd scissor all day long. Okay. Boop. All right, honey, you're doing a good job, hon. You're doing a good job. So I'm keeping my fingers here because there is that little flap. I'm just shaping everything, guys. If this is a female, you want to be sure they don't have little nipple things here. Nipplers. Nipples. Oh, boy. Because you don't want to snip them. No snipping. So I just clean that under area here, and now I'm going to pull everything out here from under her, right here, just going flat all the way. Be careful, there is a toe here. There's an extra like flap here, toe, okay? Whoa, no, I'm not done. So I did the back here. I'm gonna fluff everything up. I'm gonna come down like that. Now, if this was a Yorkie with like hair here, she's very fluffy, okay? I'd probably just do this side here, and I wouldn't be fluffing everything up here. Unless it's shorter, it depends what the client wants, but. Can we sit? Oops, sit. Thank you. I'm gonna pull everything. No. I'm sorry. It's because it was a little tangled there. Okay. So I'm kind of holding her head up with my thumb. She keeps putting her head down, and I'm holding behind her knee, her elbow here. Okay, like that. You're being grumpy. She's putting her head down, and so I like to fluff everything up. And this is a part of the job, guys. You gotta be patient and expect. You have to expect them to be moving. You can't think that they're just gonna sit there and, because when that happens, I mean, that's great. You gotta push the head back, snip a bit. They come back in with their head, push it back again, keep snipping. It's a part of the job. Know that that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. See, I cut that area, and now I'm gonna go straight down. Your head, hang on. I'm just going to, because she's just, you gotta still play smart. I'm gonna make a knot in this here, bring this up, bring her head up just a little bit, hopefully. Can we bring those ears behind like this? Boop, boop, boop. There you go. No, hon. It's okay. See how I started combing and it was giving me, it was a little tough, so I decided to not comb it completely through. I'm cutting through it anyway, so. She's so curly here. No, hon. You have to fluff up. There, fluffed everything up. Keep your head up and away, please. I have scissors in my hand, so you gotta have a nice hold on the dog. I don't want her to bring her head down. Okay? Same thing on the inside here. See how it's tangled? I don't need to pull. You don't need to pull that out. Look, see? You're cutting it anyway. Okay, I'm gonna fluff this leg up, turn your head, expect it, guys. She's gonna turn her head. All I wanna do is follow that bone. Her head. I don't want her tongue near this blade here. Okay, let's go underneath here. More tangles there. I'm still gonna cut right through them. Look at that face. See how my arm is just holding her head away from the scissors like that? It's a good position. Okay. You always have to come back. There's always a sticky outie somewhere. Always something sticking out. Huh? Just like your tongue. Look at that tongue. Tongue is sticking out. All right. And you bring those two legs in equal. And you can always do like this also, straight down, just like what I did in the back. Straight down. All right. Not too shabby, not too shabby. All right, let's go here. I'm gonna bring this, take this knot out. This little girl here, hang on. Ugh, we're almost done. We're gonna do the back end here. And I'm gonna fluff all that up. Holding her tail up. I'm holding that leg in so that she doesn't fold her leg. And I'm just following the shape of that leg. You don't have to follow the shape. You can just go straight down. You know, if you have a dog that has, you know, crooked legs, you can always cheat those legs, you know, the look of the legs by the way you cut. If you don't want to see that curve, just don't make a curve, cut straight down. Am I annoying you, little one? But here I'm going to follow. I can either use my curves or just use my straights. You don't need curves. They're just fun to have, and they do a really good job. If you're serious about it. But you can work very well with your straights. Only one pair of scissors. I prefer, what I usually use, I prefer using a pair of straights, a pair of curves, and I have smaller little scissors like this that I like using. They are so cute too. Look at these little kitty cats, and look how cute they are. They're from Kenshi. I really like them. These two are from Kenshi. They're rose gold. Love these scissors. They're just, they cut like butter, and they have a nice weight to them. So yeah, I like to use a pair of straights, a pair of curves, my little tiny scissors, and I have 3 pairs of, I have chunkers. These are my chunkers. They chunk. They do what they say, what they're called, you know. They chunk. That means they take a lot out. These are just normal, well, there's blenders, chunkers, and what's the other one? If you're a groomer, you're probably yelling it out at your screen right now. I don't know why I'm having a brain something. Chunkers, blenders, and shapers. I don't know. No, there's another one. But anyhow, these can blend, but these blend best because there's more teeth on this. I use these at the end and in the face so that I can just soften everything up. And this one here, it really goes and it cuts well. It cuts a lot without being too, without being too much. Like these here, these are scary. They really chop a lot. Honey, I'm not done. Still looking for the word. Blenders. Once I'm done recording, I'll remember. And then I'll write it down I'll write it down if I think of it. We're almost done. We're gonna do her tail. She's got the smallest little tail. It's a docked tail. Here in Canada, we do not dock tails anymore. It's been a few years now, and I'm really happy about that. I just find it ridiculous. Why would you take her little tail? It belongs to her. And we big humans decide to cut it off just because, well, it looks nice. So I don't do anything really special with this tail here. All I do is go all around it. I might have taken too much off. I like to take a lot off underneath here. I'm gonna use my smaller scissors. Wait. So I'm just going around the tail. And we'll fluff it up. What's going on with that little, she looks like a bunny tail. Look at that. Look at that tail. Looks like a little rabbit. Oh, so these scissors. Oh. Did you see the fold? I got these about, oh, I'm gonna have to get another pair. I don't have these sharpened because they're not, it costs, more expensive to get them sharpened than to just get another pair. I think they were $25 or something. They're not, really not expensive. These were like, was it 200 and something each? This, and this, I remember, and I had another pair. It came out to almost $800. I got these not long ago because I needed scissors really quick, and I didn't have like a lot of money to get them. I didn't have like $200-300 to spend on a pair of scissors, and I needed them like now because the guy that sharpens my scissors, he's really hard to get, right? I mean, you'll call him and it'll take him almost a week before, because he's not always in my area because he works so much. Not that he's disrespectful, it's just that he can't service everyone, everyone's scissors. I don't remember how well they worked. I mean, I don't think they worked very well because if I set them aside, I didn't like them. I got them and forgot them. So I'm just gonna use these little, yeah, you seeing that? I'm gonna have to get myself another pair now. Darn it all. Let's see what these are supposed to do. Oh, they actually don't seem to be that bad. Give me a second. I'm gonna do this here. Yeah, I'm gonna stand. Yeah, because some of you were mentioning you weren't seeing too well when I'm sitting and doing the face. Let's see what this does here. They're cutting for sure. They're doing okay. It's just that they're too tight right now. I'll keep trying them. And it's just too bad that you can't just try the pair of scissors and try a whole bunch of pairs of scissors for a day, and see which ones you really like. You gotta buy them, and then you like them or you don't like them. Unless you write back to the company and say, hey, I want my money back. I really don't like your scissors. Yes, little girl. So I did her bangs. I did the length here. Why is your tongue crooked? Oh, that's why. There's missing a tooth there. Ha ha. What did you do? You guys ever watch Man with a Plan? I don't remember what her name is, but she always says that, what did you do? She says that to her husband. Oh, it's so funny. I love that show. So, as we continue on, I am just shaping the face here, a nice round. First time that I tried these, I was like, oh my God. Watch what it does. See what it does? So for that to not happen, you have to just keep moving your scissor up and down. And then that kind of goes away. But when I'm done, I use these here and these just on the edge where the little lines are. Just on the edge like that. See how it softens everything up? Sorry, I'm gonna stand again. I'm used to sitting when I do the face. So I like to have the face right in front of me. All right, so I'm gonna cut a little off here. So that's why your little tongue hangs on to the side, little girl. That's because you're missing a tooth. Where's your toothy go? Huh? Faces used to be so scary for me. Let's try these new ones here. See what they're doing. Okay, so these are more blender types. They're not there to chunk out a whole bunch. So this is more like a blender. I actually have another pair of Kenchis also that I really like that I should pull out for you guys eventually. See all of this? I put my finger there under her lip here. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna pull all of that, stick my hand under her lip, right at her gums, because she's got a lot of hair there and I don't want her to lick while I'm cutting. So now you won't have hairs in your mouth. She's got some Yorkies here. What was that? That did not come out in the bath. I'm just gonna have to cut away. Wait. And yes, we do need to hold their little faces. Hang on. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm thinking of a circle. Same thing here. Thinking of a circle. Bring the head back, the ear back. I'm gonna pull everything back here and everything that is in front of that. Is this gonna stay folded or not? No, it won't. Just want to get rid of that, in front of her ear. The whole face is a whole lesson, a whole course almost. There's a lot to explain for the face. And I keep jumping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because one part looks straight, then it's not straight anymore, and then I gotta fluff this and zhuzh that and get back to it. And there's just a lot to get done. Okay, I'm gonna look at her ears here, and then I'll finish the face. We're gonna take a picture after. Oh, it's hot in here. I have the air conditioner on too, so can you imagine that? I'm gonna have to sit for this. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little bit off Always important to check where that leather is. That leather's right there. So I'm free, anything under that. So I memorized that, that's there. I just want a little off anyway. Okay, then when I'm done, I like to use, it's always hard to show you guys this because of my angle here. I just like to do the edge here with the tip that you're not seeing. Do it like this, but you know, like that. The reason why I do that is so that it doesn't look, so that it looks a little more natural. My client always asks me to do this. Just make sure that she's all scraggly and fluffy on her ears. More natural look. You can do some on the inside also, if necessary. It was necessary. I'm also going to lift all of this little extra hair here up and get rid of it. Maybe behind the ear a little bit. Not too bad. Okay. Okay. Hang on. We'll do the same thing on this side. I'm not done with her face. Same thing on this side. Check for the ear leather. Remember approximately the amount that you took off. Have a look. Push the ears down. No, 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 no. Look at that tongue. Do the same thing here. So you guys, all I'm doing is I'm beveling in an angle like this, except with my hand going down. You can do it this way too. Do a little on the inside, just because she had some extras there. She just does not want me to hold her little chinny chin chin. We're gonna fluff all of this up. Not too bad, you don't have too much here. Okay, I usually like to come and fluff everything up forward, and whatever is, you know, if it looks pointy and not round enough, I'll come round it out. And that's another thing I do is I bring everything forward here. And if this here, see how it's not equal? That means I gotta get more out, take more off. So when she puts her head down, this has got to be round also. And you see here, there's a little extra, so that means I got to take some off on the side here. Now remember, I always finish off with my blenders. You have hair on your tongue. Okay, I'm not done with your face. Fluff everything up this way. And I want this to be round. So I'm thinking of the corner of her eye here. Yeah, I fluff everything up like that. Hold everything down. If you're to close the dog's mouth, be sure to either push the tongue in, close slowly so they can have the time to pull their tongue back, because you don't want to close the mouth and that the dog bites their tongue. See how I just push the tongue in with your finger, and you see how she's panting? If you have a panting dog and you need to close their mouth, well, do it, close the mouth, but then be sure to give them a moment to pant also, like let go for a moment so that they can breathe, because that's their way of sweating. So they need to open their mouths. It's important. Okay. So she seems crooked here. Let's get rid of some of that. There. We'll do the front. I'm just going to look under here. And guys, if ever you're interested in more of these videos, please like and subscribe. Come hang out with me. Ask me any question. I am here for you, for your questions. Now I'm going to soften everything up. I'm here for you. I'm here to stay. I've been here since 2020. Is it 2023? Yeah, 2023. Started almost 2 years ago, my channel. And I'm here for any questions. As I mentioned, I've been doing this for like 15 years now, since 2010. And I groom only small dogs, 20 pounds under. Sorry about that. And yeah, and if you want to come hang out with me in my garden also, and some quiet grooming videos, only exclusive to you, nobody else, then come hang out with me there also. I have so much to show you guys about, my garden and everything I'm doing. It's a huge garden. I am doing a huge garden, and it's going to be fantastic. It already is starting to look really good. I got some arches in there, and it's looking really good. So, speaking of looking good, you're looking pretty fine. So I'm just going to let you guys go, guys, and I'm going to finish off with the little sticky outies here and have a look around, see what I don't like, and I'm going to call her mom. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.
Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.